I see some very long-term tenures at companies as opposed to unemployment, just being somewhere for a long time and having that potentially impact ageism. But I think you're right that the dates would still, you'd still find them out.
Yeah, exactly. I'll still find them out. And actually, like one client that I worked for, he had worked for Google for 30 years. And in the additional experience section, what I actually wrote, because that was the only job he's ever held, was earlier roles at Google. And I simply listed the titles, um, all on one line. And so it showed the past 15 years of roles at Google and then had his earlier roles there. And he had changed jobs a lot, like changed roles a lot. So it was a really easy way to do that without having to go back to the fact that he had literally, it was his first job out of college. He had graduated in the late 80s. It was like, all right, well, or sometime, I don't know when he graduated, but you get the point. Like it was okay. And I removed dates off of education sections on both resume and LinkedIn. You're going to have to put it on the application, but I promise you, I don't care when you graduate. And depending on what role you're applying to, I'm going to want you to have more experience. Someone who lacks experience is a freaking headache for the leadership team. If you can come in, now, if you're a career changer, I'm sorry, this is going to sting. But if you're a lateral change or if you're looking to take a step up in your career, it's that much easier. I've been through this. I've seen market shifts. I can handle when things get difficult. I can work when budgets are minimal. I can work when there's, a lot of money being pumped into projects. I've gone through digital transformation after digital transformation, going from this technology to that technology to figuring out how that all works while keeping our stakeholders happy. Where if you're in a career transition, you're going to have to leverage transferable skills, but it's so much harder to find work when you have less experience because they're going to say you don't have enough experience. And if you are getting told you have too much experience, I think you're overqualified, are you really applying to roles that you're suited for? Or are you applying to a role that you think will be easy to get, but then you get the feedback that you're overqualified? Because hiring is very expensive. And I've made bad hiring decisions in the past, and it was an excruciating process because when a new person comes on the team, there's disruption. And if they don't last, then there's that much more disruption and culture's impacted and it's expensive. And so if I look at someone and I'm not sure that they completely want this role, like let's say they're all over the place where I could do this title or if I could do that title, I'm not moving forward with you because I've learned that lesson before. Unless you're crystal clear on what you want to do and it's this job that I'm hiring for, you're out because you're going to be a costly mistake. And so that's why branding is so important. And that's why your specific experience and that the value that you brought in the type of role that you're looking for is going to be a game changer, for how you're presenting your experience, because it's less about how long you've done it and more about how much value you've been able to provide during different types of phases in an organization.